Hello, everyone. Jim Biringer here, NHLRumors.com. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button. Like this video. We're back. It's the off season. A little summer rumors floating around here after free agency frenzy, after we saw the trades of Noah Dobson, Mitch Marner around July 1st, right at the NHL draft. We've heard the talk about how there's going to be all this trade activity because all these players who were free agents are staying at home. And guess what? We've had some minor trades. We saw Arthur Sivas go from Vancouver to Pittsburgh. Again, what is Vancouver doing? They have too many goalies. Pittsburgh needs goaltending. Is Tristan Jarry going to leave? Seen John Gibson move from, Anaheim to Detroit. Matt Dumba finally moved from Dallas to Pittsburgh as well because that's a salary cap move for the Dallas Stars. But all this trade activity we think we're going to get, we may not get it until August, late July, early August, if we get it at all, because so many teams, even though they have an extra, $7.5 million in cap space, it goes quickly, and who's really giving up these pieces to give up, for top players. We know Detroit's in the mix. They've been in the mix for guys like Dougie Hamilton, Erik Karlsson, but they don't really want to give up guys like Simon Edvinsson, Mo Seider, Lucas Raymond, Marco Kasper. That's the players that teams want, not JT Compher and Andrew Kopp. They don't want those players. They want the core players, and Steve Yzerman is not willing to give up those players. And speaking of Dougie Hamilton, rumors are flying around that the New Jersey Devils have been taking calls on Dougie Hamilton. Teams like Detroit, teams like Toronto have been involved as well, Dallas. But again, if you look at it, do the Devils really want to trade Dougie Hamilton? No. Have they taken calls on him? They may have, but according to sources that I've talked to through DevilsNation.com as well here as NHLRumors.com, there's no trade in the works. There's nothing that they know of. So as far as anything goes, it's a fodder. It's just talk, similar to the Ilya Sorokin talk that happened around the trade deadline. It was just talk. So the issue is there's a lot of things floating around, but Dougie Hamilton and the value for the New Jersey Devils is higher. It's a right shot defenseman. Yes, a lot of teams need right shot defensemen, but are the Devils getting a right shot defenseman back? Are they going to rely on Seamus Casey, Simone Nemec, Brett Pesce, Jonathan Kovacevic is out? Okay, you're moving Dougie Hamilton for Quinn Hughes. He's a left shot defenseman. Yeah, it's all well and good. Oh, you can get a top six forward, Jason Robertson. How the Dallas Stars is going to fix that one? They don't have that many right shot defensemen either. So they're going to give up a right shot defenseman and be in the same pickle that they were. And then they're just going to give Jason Robertson that easily. It's going to take a lot more. What does Toronto have to offer? What does Detroit have to offer? San Jose, other teams that are looking to get a right shot defenseman. The market, yeah, there's not a lot of right shot defensemen, but the market's not there. And the Devils don't need to trade him. They don't even need to rush into him. He's got a 10-team no trade clause. So they'd be hurting their own chances to trade him to make the playoffs by weakening the right side of the defense, similar to what happened years ago when they didn't re-sign, Damon Severson and Ryan Graves. It just doesn't make sense. And those trade rumors, it's just talk. That's all it is just talk. They're not trading him. They better get a good offer to get him. And they better be a right shot defenseman coming back in return. So unless Quinn Hughes is coming back, or they're getting a guy like Bowen Byram to play the right side, it's not happening. And so right now the Devils wait. They still need a top six forward. They're trying to make moves as well. And they're waiting on Luke Hughes, and that's the biggest thing. What is Luke Hughes' extension going to look like? $7.5 million over 8-year deal? Could it be a short-term deal at 4 or 5 years at $8 million? Is he an $8 million player? Does he get as much as Jack Hughes? Those are things that the New Jersey Devils, Tom Fitzgerald, and Luke Hughes are pondering. He wants to be there long-term. They're working on it, but they're up against the cap. Plus, they have some other depth pieces they want to move around as well. Everything hinges on what Luke Hughes gets so the Devils can move forward. Dawson Mercer, Andre Palat are also in trade rumors. Are trying to clear cap space as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here, to see who out of those pieces move, Most likely out of New Jersey, probably Andre Palat or Dawson Mercer before Dougie Hamilton, just to make the cap work. Remember, Kovacevic, LTIR, they have room to make things work, similar to what we see in Florida when all three guys there sign. Bennett, Marchand, and Ekblad. Remember, Tkachuk still has the injury that he's dealing with. And then we mentioned Bowen Byram. There's rumors out there. He's going to player elected arbitration. Now the club can pick 1 or 2 years. If they pick 2 years, he's going to be a free agent. Trying to work a trade out. But general manager Kevin Adams is hesitant to trade the guy. You don't blame him. He's got to get the right return. He has to get it right. He has to get something of value in return. But as we saw with the JT Miller trade in Vancouver and the rumors still of Elias Pettersson in Vancouver, you're not winning that type of trade. You got to get something of value in return. Michael Kesselring and Josh Stone is great for JJ Peterka, and the value still may be a little low. But you have to win the Bowen Byram trade. You have to get players that can help you now, because Buffalo's 14-year playoff streak has to end at some point. It's probably going to be 15 years this year. Portsar, he hasn't officially requested a trade, but he's stuck playing third-line minutes. You can't pay a guy $8-9 million to play the third line. You saw what he did in Colorado. He's the second-pair defenseman, has the ability to play top pairing minutes. He wants more money. He's an RFA, similar with Dylan Cousins. Too many guys want out of Buffalo, but they got to stop the bleeding. They can't just let everybody who doesn't like it there leave. And Kevin Adams, like with Peterka, like with Cousins, has to get the right deal. Because a lot of rumblings out there that Jarmo Kekalainen is the next guy if things don't start going on the right track for the Buffalo Sabres this year. And a lot of people are questioning Kevin Adams. Byram needs a new deal. He's going to get a 2-year deal at most, maybe a 1-year deal. And then we're back here again next year. They're trying to make a trade work. But again, Buffalo wants players that can play now, not futures. Detroit and Buffalo were working on things for Cousins, but they don't want futures for that before Cousins went to Ottawa. So Buffalo, a lot of things to do there. Still got the Alex Tuch extension to work on. Tage Thompson's not going anywhere either. But do they get another goaltender? As far as teams looking, we've heard that St. Louis Blues are pretty motivated to move Jordan Kyrou. Well, guess what? You know what? They're not pretty motivated, because if they were pretty motivated to move Jordan Kyrou, they would have done it before July 1st until his full no trade clause kicked in. And now he can't go anywhere without his say. They were trying to talk with the Montreal Canadiens, but most likely the Blues didn't want Kirby Dach or another piece in return. They want to get a player that could play now and fit into their lineup now, i.e. a Cole Caulfield or a Nick Suzuki. Now, no reports out there confirm that, but you have to imagine that the asking prices are high for Jordan Kyrou, as they were at the trade deadline for not only Kyrou, but for Braden Shen, and Jordan Bennington and Joel Hofer. Doug Armstrong, yeah, maybe the names are out there. You put them out there a little bit. Want to see what the marketplace was. He was fishing a little bit, but he doesn't want to let those guys go, and he didn't. And he's not going to let Jordan Kyrou go for nothing. And now Kyrou holds the hammer. He can go wherever he wants. And there's no belief that they actually wanted to trade Jordan Kyrou. And from all indications, as he told the media on NHL Network, he might be done for the offseason. His work is done. It was done on July 2nd. He may not do anything else. Now, to move a guy like Jordan Kyrou is going to take some time. Again, the Blues made the trade with the Canadiens, Logan Mailloux for Zachary Bolduc. It's a nice deal for both teams. Should work well for both teams. But to move a guy like Kyrou, if they were really motivated and pretty motivated to do this, would have been done already. It would have been done before July 1st. So again, it tells me that he really wasn't interested in moving him. But why give up a guy that can score 30 goals consistently and not get that kind of return back? Again, it's something, hey, we're going to just put pressure on guys to perform again. And that's what it is here with Jordan Kyrou. Going to be interesting to see what happens with the Blues moving forward against Pittsburgh Penguins. They make the move, get the goaltender. Erik Karlsson's name's still out there. Brian Rust's name is out there. Carter Rakell's name is out there. Kyle Dubas is making some moves. Again, Sidney Crosby rumors are rumors. He's not leaving until he says he wants to leave. But again, teams are trying to get some work in this offseason. I think there's going to be a little bit of a lull before things pick up again. Oh, by the way, that guy 97 in Edmonton still needs a contract. I do still believe and feel that he's not going anywhere, but it could be a short-term deal. Did they make a play on Tristan Jarry to get rid of the goaltending coach? But again, how are they going to work it? They've lost a lot of depth pieces in Edmonton. That's something to watch because they were in on Gibson. They were in on a couple other goaltenders, but if they didn't do it then, why would they do it now? Similar with Jarry. Again, does he fit Edmonton? Is he the type of goalie that gets them over the top? Not sure. But again, the goalie tending watch is on in Edmonton. They're not going after Carter Hart. That's been cleared by Jason Gregor. I reported it as well. Let's see. They get Isaac Howard there. That's a nice little trade for them. Let's see what else Edmonton goes after. A lot of teams trying to make moves. But again, you get that July lull before it picks up again in August, and then it dies again before training camp. But again, things to keep an eye on. Dougie Hamilton not going anywhere in New Jersey, but Dawson Mercer, Andre Palat, the Jordan Kyrou stuff. I think it's just fishing from the St. Louis side of things, or teams just are trying to fish, see what they could get out of St. Louis, but he isn't going anywhere. Bowen Byram, that's the big name right now to see where he goes. This arbitration and see who moves from Pittsburgh. We already saw their other moves. Who else goes? A lot of wheeling and dealing that could happen. But again, we're into the NHL offseason. A lot of rumblings out there, and a lot of people are taking some time off after a busy end of the season from the draft to free agency. Jim Biringer, NHLRumors.com. Again, subscribe to the channel, like the video. We'll be back again real soon for another Rumors video. Take care.